Hey YouTube, Sogil here, and an interesting thought for someone is how we live in our atmosphere, of course. All life on Earth has to live in our atmosphere over a long period, over a long enough period of time in order to survive. Tardigrades can survive in space, but not indefinitely, of course, and other animals might be able to too. But anyway, the point is, we all live in this tiny little gap, a few hundred kilometers high, that is completely surrounded by a potentially infinite expanse of nothing around it, unless you run into another object. And that depends on how big the universe is, if it's infinite or not. But the point is, it's still beyond the scale that humans can really easily or even at all comprehend. So, of course, to go into space, you need a spacesuit to keep you safe. But what would happen if you were to go into space without a spacesuit? What would happen to an astronaut if they were to have no spacesuit? How quickly would they die? Well, let's go through a timeline of that. So, the moment they're ejected into outer space, the moment they enter, things will already start going pretty badly for them. First of all, they won't be able to do things like talk because, well, duh, there's no air. And second of all, things like the water in their eyes will start to boil. Why is this? Not because it's hot in outer space, it could be very hot in the sun, but this would also happen on the dark side of the moon, say, where the temperature is ridiculously cold, multiple times colder than it is in Antarctica. The reason why is because there's less pressure, of course, as you go higher up, which means there's less force holding water in its liquid state. And when you're in space, there's no pressure, so it's a lot easier and a lot less energy is required for water to leave this liquid state and become a gas and fly away as vapor. And of course, the less energy means the temperature doesn't have to be as high. So all this water is going to leave your eyes instantly and any water that's left on your skin, so say goodbye to its moisture. And after 10 to 15 seconds, your brain will start to feel the effects of no oxygen. Now, of course, you will start to feel dizzy and then just completely go unconscious after this point. Your heart is still beating, however, though, and your skin will start to expand, but it won't explode. It's not like what you may imagine from a science fiction movie, because your body is too well contained to actually do that. Your skin will expand a little bit, though, in this period. 15 to 30 seconds, your heart is still beating, but to no avail, of course, there's no oxygen, and your skin will expand to twice its normal size. Same with the tissues inside of your body. In 30 to 60 seconds, brain cells will start to die. Even though that's happening, though, if you were to bring a person into an environment with oxygen as pressure and as a breathing element, they would pretty likely so, be able to be rescued during this period. However, after this, in the period of after 60 seconds, they would have permanent brain damage and would likely be in a vegetative state if they were to be rescued after this point. But by the time you reach 90 seconds, it's all over and the astronaut has died.